The Benidorm Enthusiast here from a very busy and a very hot Levante. For today's video, I'm going to be discussing some headlines to be hitting the news recently. What are the rumours circling in the media? Is there any truth in them? And how they may or may not affect your time in Benidorm. So the first thing I want to talk about then is bars and restaurants closing due to lack of staff. Is this really true? Well, unfortunately, yes, there is some truth in this, and it is an issue of concern we're facing this year. It's gone from being a bit of a worry to a full-on crisis now. There is simply not enough staff to cope with the demand in the hospitality industry. Bars and restaurants are struggling the most, but hotels have also found it hard to get staff this year. And I don't think it's just Benidorm, although I can't comment for other resorts, but almost every single bar I know in Benidorm has had problems staffing their establishments this year. And it's not just a case of finding good staff, which is always difficult. It's a case of not being able to find any at all. It's been a tough year really for everybody involved in the industry, and we're not even halfway through the summer season yet. For most workers who returned to the hospitality sector this year, they've been under immense pressure, often having to work very long hours and do more than their fair share of the workload because of staff shortages. And for bar owners and managers, it's very frustrating. Many feel service is not up to the standards it could and should be because there is simply not enough people for the jobs. It's estimated there's a shortage of around 4,000 waiters and bartenders in Benidorm alone this year. And the resort has been much busier than 2019 before the pandemic hit. What we're seeing now is some establishments having to shorten the trading schedule because they can't cover the hours. We're also seeing places having to close 1 or 2 days a week to give the staff they have sufficient rest. Or in extreme cases, and I only know of one place at the moment, but there may well be more, Mateo's Bar, for example, which is the bar opened by writer of the hit ITV series Benidorm, had to close its doors for a week because they quite simply did not have anyone to work and keep the bar running. Thankfully, they are now reopened and waiting for you lovely lot to pay them a visit. It's a crazy situation at a time when every single bar and restaurant should be maximising their income at a very busy time of year. Very sad indeed to see that some places are just finding it impossible to open fully and trade properly, especially after the last 2 terrible years they've had. I have to say, being honest, general conditions and pay for working in bars here has always been notoriously bad. So in the long run, this may work in favour of us workers, as something simply has to be done to attract people back to this industry. But at the moment, we're stuck in the middle, waiting for things to change and struggling to cope with everything being thrown at us in the meantime. Wages are starting to creep up as bars battle it out to get the available staff in, but working conditions are harder than ever, and it's not looking like it's going to get any easier this year. So if you're visiting soon, try and go easy on the staff. There's no excuses for rudeness or anything like that, but if service is a little slow or the staff don't look very happy, you know why that may be. And don't forget to tip if you can when you're happy with the service you've received. Tipping in Spain is not compulsory, but most staff here do depend heavily on tips to top up poor salaries. And let's hope we don't see any more businesses having to close this year because of this situation. Okay, what else has been hitting the tabloids? New strict beach rules I've seen are splashed all over a few pages. Is smoking banned on the beaches in Benidorm? The answer is a simple no. You can still smoke on the beaches here. In fact, the only official non-smoking beach around here is that of La Cala Finistrat. I think up in Barcelona they have decided to make all beaches smoke-free, but here in Benidorm that is not the case. Whether it will happen in the future, who knows? There has been nothing suggesting it by the council here, but smoking is something which always creates lots of debates and most people have a strong opinion on it. What are your thoughts on non-smoking beaches? Let us know in the comments. Other rumours about beaches include fines for peeing in the sea. Now, I'm not sure how they would even enforce this. Will there be pee police snorkeling around the Med? I can't even imagine. But I believe this has been introduced into one small town in the Galicia region of Spain. Once again, absolutely nothing to do with Benidorm. One beach law which is in place in Benidorm and is in fact illegal in the whole of Spain is washing with shampoo, conditioner, shower gel, etc. in the sea. This is to protect the marine life and the ecosystems of the Med, and yes, you could actually be fined for it. I've also seen a few other things asked on social media. Can you walk around the streets without a top on in Benidorm? Yes, you can. As you've probably seen from our last few videos, most people walk around shirtless or with just a bikini top on. It's not an issue here. It's pretty much anything goes in Benidorm. I think if you're in the Barcelona area, again, they do have some kind of regulations against going shirtless away from the beach, and this is probably where the tabloids have got this from, but it's not for Benidorm. I've also been asked if football shirts are banned here. Not sure where that one came from, but no, they are not banned. You can show your support for your team of choice, absolutely no problems. Last thing I want to talk about today is limiting all-inclusive drinks. This is something that the tabloids picked up on a while ago and ran with, stated Spain boldly in the headlines, when in reality it was only brought in by a couple of resorts in the Balearic Islands. It's not applicable to the most Spanish resorts and not applicable to Benidorm. There are no limits on how many drinks you can have on your all-inclusive in Benidorm. There may be some time limits on the hotel bars, but as to a strict number of drinks being allowed, no, not happening. So, I think I've covered most of the rumours circling around on the news and on social media at the moment. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you've heard about, and I'll try my best to get to the bottom of it for you. We always try our best to get to the truth behind stories and headlines and clear things up for you the best we can. Anybody heading out to Benidorm this summer, I'm sure you're going to have a fantastic time. The weather is incredible at the moment. Temps hovering in the low 30s daytime, and as you can see, clear blue skies and pure sunshine. What's not to love? Hope you've enjoyed this video and it's clarified some things for you, so you can look forward to your time in Benidorm even more. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos, and click on the bell so you get a notification whenever we release a new video. Also, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok at the Benidorm Enthusiast. Thanks for watching, stay positive and stay safe.